Hello guys, it's me, Nikki, and I'm not even gonna say her name. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Right next to me, from a distance, is...
Selena Gomez. Hi guys.
Oh my god, okay. All right, hi guys, welcome back. Today I am joined by the iconic Mrs. Gomez, Selena Gomez, and I am honored to have you here on my channel. Before we start, have you checked your DMs recently?
Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you, this is an awkward conversation I've had with a lot of people. I don't check my DMs. I use my social media to post, and so people think I'm lying. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and it's just honestly really healthy for me. I still stay very connected to my audience.
Good.
I think it's just better for me, and I think it's proven. You know, I have to say I admire you so much.
Right.
I know your story and your testimony, and I just, you know, before we get started, I think you are unbelievable. And I'm very honored to be on your show, and thank you for sharing your story and your heart to people, and I think that's what makes you so special.
So in the DM, I believe I asked you for concealer, but you know, oh, that's not even the concealer. Hold on. Who needs a new concealer, right?
Exactly. Since obviously we are in totally different places, I wanted to send you some of this, and I was really excited and nervous because obviously I can't wait to have the pros, and you know, I'm new to the community, so just being able to ask you questions and see what you would do, it makes me so excited because I've been working on this for 2 years, and it's been everything to me.
I know what that feels like because, you know, I just happened to launch she is holding it. She is holding it, people. Oh, Selena is holding my Beauty Bay collaboration palette, the Temple, I like to call it, and as well as Rare Beauty, this will be making an appearance. So if you ask me, I say let's get to glamming.
Yes. Let's do it.
So tell me what type of makeup look you usually go for.
So I think that I've had a lot of flexibility with my makeup given just how much I've been in the industry. I think makeup is so universal, but it's used in so many different ways, whether it's in acting or obviously music is such a fun way in fashion to use makeup in a totally different manner. So I've worked with great artists, and obviously I am very safe. I'm very safe when it comes to color and just not doing that much, but when I have bold moments, it's usually Van Gogh who's doing those in crazy eye color. Yes, he's a genius. I think I've pretty much got my routine down, which is back to the basics of stuff I've made.
My routine is a little bit more.
Yeah, girl.
I'm seeing a Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer.
Yes.
Sounds like a good first step to me.
That's right. Now the luminizers are so pretty, and you know, if you give it a little shake, it actually completely makes your skin just flushed and really, really pretty. And before I didn't know a lot about primer, to be honest. I don't know, I was like, what do I do? What do I do with it?
Selena, not to prime is a crime.
I know, thank you.
She goes, I know. Oh, I love that. Okay. All right.
Obviously add more if you need, or don't.
I love how she added that just for me.
No!
All right, so next up is foundation.
Right, which comes in 48 shades.
48?
48 shades.
She said 48.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. We wanted this brand to be inclusive, and we wanted it to be a space where we basically had everyone covered, from blushes to lip colors, how the tones work well together. Today I am pretty pale, so I'm just gonna go a little lighter.
Same, Z's. I'm pretty pale too. By the way, I love the packaging.
Thank you.
I feel like it's such an iconic move.
Thanks.
You would recognize this immediately. I always had a special question for anyone who makes music and gets to film music videos.
Yeah.
I need to know, does the team create looks based on, ooh, a lot of people recreate this on the gram?
Huh. That is is all hung. If he is doing one of my videos, he is always on it. My whole team works together because I'm pretty loyal, to be honest, to my team. I've been with these people for so long, and so it's really showed me different sides of it all.
No, but I can just imagine if I had the ability to sing, which I don't have, I would just like team up with my crew, and I'd be like, okay, girls and boys and everything in between, what are we doing now to get the trend?
No, it is a little like that, of course, but it's everything combined, you know. We definitely work together. So when it comes to stylists or
the complete
picture. Hairstylists, we usually all work together, so it's always in sync.
Right.
And obviously I don't approve anything that I don't like, or if I think it's wrong with what we're going.
Because I remember a long time ago now, Mrs. Gomez was in a field and she sang, "If you ready, come and get it, na 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 na, na 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 na."
Yeah.
And she had that black smoky winged eye with that red lip, and I was like, this girl knows what's up.
Guilty.
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 Do you have favorite looks from the past that you wore in music videos?
I Can't Get Enough was one of them. That one was super sweet. I was in like pajamas and it kind of was super slick. I just remember there's certain looks that he's done that I'll never forget. One was an orange look where it was like such a beautiful,
I remember that,
tacked on orange.
I remember that.
And another one of my favorites was for the American Music Awards, this maroon color, and he just
I remember that one
caked
too.
it on both. My hair was really long and straight. And then I did a Puma shoot with him, and he did this gorgeous green eye that was so pretty.
What inspired you to get started with Rare Beauty? By the way, good name.
Thank you. I'd been working on this for 2 years, and I think the reason why I wanted to create it is because in a space that I wasn't familiar with, but it was also a great way of connecting with people who feel the pressure of what this world entails, especially in makeup. You could see a lot of people get affected and feel pressure to look a certain way. And I immediately was like, I want to do this as long as I can make this something people feel comfortable in and something that's easy but special. I don't want to be a competitor or a celebrity attached to something. I want my makeup to stand on its own. I think that it is a really good product, and I think just what we're doing with mental health and how we want this brand to be is truly my mission. So.
But do you think some beauty standards that we have nowadays are that you would change, maybe?
Well, I guess I would maybe reinstate the fact that makeup is meant to be fun. But I just wanted to maybe break down this model of perfection, a certain type of way that you need to be. I could just hear it so much from my fans. I don't look like some of my colleagues and people who are beautiful, and I'm okay with that. It took me a long time because you're young and you're a girl and you're figuring it out, but I was like, yeah, I mean, it's okay. I look like me, and you know, once I stopped caring about that.
What are you talking about?
No, thanks. I don't mean for that. I just am very, very glad that I've let that part go, you know, a part of me go, which I'm really happy about. I think it all came together the way it was supposed to, so.
I believe it's also age, because I feel like any young person out there can get so in their head about being perfect and about meeting the standards and labels, and everyone knows how I feel about labels nowadays. It's like, it's such a good thing that you and so many others, and I think including myself, are fighting for like a label-free, perfection-free world. I mean, we can aim for a perfect liner, but that's about it. But what we can enhance is these dark circles. It's our time for concealer.
So obviously the concealer is cute. It's in a much smaller version of what the foundation is, and this one has a bit of a tipped, I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do on these, to go into...
Yes, it's perfect.
Sorry. To go in directly around your eyes. This is my first glam room, so it's so exciting. It's so funny because I dreamed of these. And you know, I have to say that when I'm getting ready or doing anything, I actually prefer when there's like not a ton of people, just my people. And you said that you basically, you know, I've seen you use this as therapy, and it has helped you and you get to just be alone with it. And
oh my God, she knows. I'm like, oh my God, she knows.
I do,
yeah,
I
makeup
do.
literally is therapy to me. It's gonna sound so cheesy, but it's gotten me through one of the darkest days of my life. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I hate bringing this up every single time, but like 2 weeks ago, you know, something very traumatic happened, and I was like, thank God I can still do makeup and like escape from the world a bit and just be zen here, because it's so precious to me to have that.
I'm so
So
sorry.
as soon as I started, it's, you know, it's up and down. We're still here. That's
right.
what matters.
That's right.
Oh God, I'm not gonna cry in a video with Selena Gomez. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna keep on tapping.
I just wanted to make sure
Help
you were
me
good.
out.
We all have to do. We all have to do
you're
that
so sweet.
check-in, you know.
Was your mom into makeup a lot?
Yeah,
When
actually,
you were younger?
she did a million different things. My mom was like a chameleon. She worked a million jobs and provided for me and kicked ass, but it was a lot on her. She, you know, would work as an assistant to a photographer, or she would do plays and, you know, downtown Dallas. And I grew up around
God.
a lot of it, and my mom was so like, such a cool mom, like really to say that, because she had like short hair.
I love it.
She had like the Drew Barrymore like outfits in the 90s, and she was just really, really cool. So I looked up to her, obviously, like crazy. I said one day, I was like, I want to be on TV. And she was like on theater,
Right.
and my mom's
Oh.
like, only child syndrome, here we go. I was like, no, I think I could do this. And took me to my first audition. She looked at me and said that you can do this as long as you have fun. The moment that you don't have fun, I want you to
God.
stop. Got my first job at 7 and been here ever since.
What is one of your first makeup memories you had with your mom? Was it like a lipstick or an eyeshadow or?
You know, obviously some of my mom would do those crazy fashion look stuff sometimes. So I was always attracted to color.
Oh, I love it.
So I remember all the eyeshadow palettes, all the things that were just so, I was like heaven. Most of the time if they were new, I wasn't allowed to touch them. But once they were kind of worn out a bit, they were mine. Probably my earliest memories. My mom is so cool. She's almost just like a spirit of her own. And she would paint, but she would also do makeup, but that was like her version of doing it. So she would light candles in her room, and she'd have like a glass of red wine. She would, you know, do makeup or do that. So obviously I knew that was my mom's time, but like I would go in, and eventually she's like, come on in. So she'd get me a little pretend thing of apple juice so I could like toast with her, and it was just so cute. We were doing our makeup. It was awesome. The only thing my mom does is text me when she sees the paparazzi, and she's like, is that my sweater, Selena? I'm like, yeah.
What is that like? What is that like? Honestly, real talk.
Paparazzi, I don't look. I know. No, I don't know. I don't really get it. I don't. I obviously, when I was younger, fascinated into like people I looked up to or like cute boys, but I didn't have the access as much as I do now, and I think that was appropriate. So I wasn't knowing every 5 seconds of what everyone's doing. But as far as paparazzi, I'm not really a big fan. I think I'm like, I got a special target on my head. I feel like people are assuming or expecting this huge thing from me, and it's like, what do you guys not know, honestly?
So my next step would be for me brows.
Okay, let's do it.
Now, mind you, when I do my brows, it takes about an eternity, so I hope you got time today. You have something to actually begin with. I mean, look at those beautiful, beautiful creatures up there, while I am like, hair, never heard of her.
My brow is something that I really liked because it has a lot of pigment. If, like yourself, you do want that pigment to go in, it's really, really full. So you can use whatever size you want, but I usually use the small end to start.
Oh, she is pigmented. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I see.
So I want to know, like, how you initially felt like this was something that you were called to do.
Well, It all just happened for me. I was 14 years old. I was watching The Hills. Remember that show?
Yeah.
I had the flu and I was in bed watching The Hills, and I remember, you know, like you mentioned before, 14 years old, super insecure, like so in my head about my body and what I look like. Like I didn't know what eyeliner was or bronzer or whatever. And there was a makeup artist, Sandy Gold, and she did a Lauren Conrad eyeliner tutorial, and I was like, what?
You're like, oh.
I was like, ooh, she got options now, huh? So I dove into the beauty world, and it was like an addiction. I couldn't stop. It was like, oh, I need to watch another video. I need to buy another eyeliner and practice and practice. And then after years, I just started uploading, and then now I'm here.
That's incredible and so brave. I mean, of course, I've heard bits, and I always like to just, you know, rely on what the person says and respect, you know, their journey. But that's just, those are always the most incredible moments to me. Like, I've had probably 10 people come out at my show as transgender or as gay, or, you know, and it makes me want to cry because they would come and some would bring their parents, and I've never had, you know, luckily a bad experience, but that was for sure one of the most beautiful things to see.
I mean, how does that make you feel to know that your life, your being has such a positive effect on people? Like,
I think it's...
How do you, like, grasp
I just think
that?
that's the reason I wake up. I really, really love what I do, but I've been doing it for 28 years, and I know that's like, oh, it's fine, you can just get started on your life, but the older you get and the more that you've done, it's like, I really just didn't like how much it all became about me. I wanted to make a promise to say, people, I'm not perfect or got it at all, but I do know that I've walked through some stuff, and you know, you're not alone, and this is definitely something that we all experience, so.